A New Mexico couple is charged this morning following the death of a 5-month-old baby girl. Doña Ana County emergency responders were called to a home in Mesquite last month. They say the child had died after suffering fractured ribs and a brain injury. The mother's boyfriend, Israel Ramirez, claims that he found her unresponsive. He and the mother are charged for her death.
Officials say that a Russian group of hackers is believed to be behind one of the worst cyber attacks on a critical U.S. pipeline. Colonial pipeline, responsible for providing more than 100 million gallons of gas, was hacked on Friday. The dark side group from Russia is allegedly behind the incident. Officials have shut down the pipeline to contain the threat. A White House interagency group is now investigating.
The biopark will be back open at the end of the week. This following a huge turnout over the weekend. 600 people are allowed in the zoo and the botanic gardens every half hour. For now, biopark facilities are open 9 to 5 Wednesdays through Sundays. The 7-day-a-week schedule will return May 31st. Erica.
Here's a look at the drop-off forecast for this morning. Temperatures are in the low to mid 50s, so it's a little bit cool out. Grab a light jacket, but we are going to be staying dry through the day with some mild temps in the 80s this afternoon.
A local company is now tracking how patients are fighting the virus at home. That's the coronavirus. Twistle has helped keep tabs on COVID-19 patients fighting the virus at home by sending personalized questions about their cases. Well, they're also helping with vaccine outreach. That app is sold to healthcare systems. Twistle is not currently being used in New Mexico.
The CDC now says that international travelers can do in-home COVID-19 testing if they're wanting to come to the U.S. Travelers must provide negative test results no more than 3 days before their departure. The testing kits must meet CDC requirements, and passengers must provide documentation of a negative test and telehealth clearance.
Hershey is now recalling 1,700 bottles of its chocolate shell topping that were mistakenly filled with topping made with almonds. Frito-Lay is also recalling select bags of Ruffles, the flavor of all dressed, as they were incorrectly filled with another flavor of potato chips. The FDA says that both products pose a serious or even life-threatening risk.
A record 1.7 million travelers were screened at security checkpoints, the highest since the pandemic began. TSA broke that record the past Thursday, marking the busiest day of travel since March of last year. Erica.
Here's a look at the Metro Threat Index. Moderate today because we will be seeing some stronger afternoon winds, gusting up to around 30 to 40 miles per hour.
Ford is set to recall more than 660,000 Explorers. The recall will cover the SUVs made between 2016 through 2019. Regulators say that the retention pins on the Explorers made between those years could loosen, causing the roof rail covers to detach from the vehicle. This comes after there were at least 11 incidents reported since early last year.
New Mexicans on unemployment will now have to prove they're actively looking for work to qualify for benefits. People will now be required to make a minimum of 2 different work search contacts every single week. At the start of the pandemic, Workforce Solutions actually waived that requirement. As of Saturday, more than 81,000 New Mexicans were receiving unemployment benefits.
The Isotopes won their first victory yesterday as they took on Sugar Land. Well, they kicked off Mother's Day, starting Game 4 of a 6-game series. The Topes got started off scoring in the bottom of the first as Greg Bird hit a 2-run jack to right field. The Topes finished that game 6-4.
2 big companies are leading in paying pay raises for employees. Both Costco and Walmart are offering the best incentives for their employees. Costco raised their employees' minimum wage to $16 an hour. Walmart raised theirs to $15. Other companies trying to do the same include Amazon and Target. Erica.
All right, let's get a look at the morning drive. Here's a look at the maps. No accidents or slowdowns to tell you about as of now. And here's a look at the tracker going east on I-40 at 12th Street. Things are moving right along.
After more than a year, an Albuquerque staple is back open. Over the weekend, Cliffs opened at limited capacity and sold out. For now, they can operate at 75% outdoors and 50% indoors. Since Cliffs was closed last summer, it's now honoring all of the 2020 season passes this year. And people without season passes can still buy tickets through a reservation system online.
Welcome back. Well, on this day in 1966, an F-0 tornado hit in Gel, tearing down a mile of power lines and poles, causing about $2,500 worth of damage. And we are in the height of tornado season here in New Mexico. We even saw some severe storms yesterday, but as of today, nothing severe is expected. Time now for the 5 facts.
We start with number 5 here. Several entertainment spots are back open, and New Mexicans took full advantage of it. Cliffs is reopened at limited capacity. The amusement park sold out over the weekend. You must buy those tickets in advance. The Topes are playing again tonight. That's another piece of entertainment. They actually won their first victory yesterday as they took on Sugarland to a large crowd on Mother's Day. The Biopark also reporting a huge turnout over the weekend after Bernalillo County moved into that turquoise reopening tier. As of right now, Biopark facilities are open 9 to 5 Wednesdays through Sundays. They're set to go to a 7-day schedule on May 31st.
At number 4 this morning, New Mexicans on unemployment will now have to prove that they are actively looking for work to qualify for benefits. They're now being required to make a minimum of 2 different work search contacts every week. Workforce Solutions had waived that requirement at the start of the pandemic. Well, the department says that the change now comes as the spread of the virus is slowing down, which is allowing more businesses to reopen. As of Saturday, more than 81,000 New Mexicans were receiving unemployment benefits.
And at number 3, it's going to be a windy afternoon. Those winds nice and calm for now, and they will be through midday. But after 12, they'll be picking up with gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour coming in from the southwest here in the metro area.
At number 2, a local company is now helping to track how patients are fighting COVID-19 at home, and it's helping to get them the medical care that they need. That company's name is Twistle, and it's a platform that allows patients to communicate with personnel via text, email, messaging apps, or even phone calls. That personnel will then communicate the information to medical care teams, predetermining the severity of each case. They've also started helping with vaccine outreach. Now, although that was created here in Albuquerque, that is not available in New Mexico.
Number 1, the family of the men killed in a wrong-way crash involving an off-duty officer have now set up a GoFundMe account to help with these sudden funerals and medical expenses. Police say off-duty Cuba police officer Brandon Barber was allegedly drunk when he struck the men's car head-on while going the wrong direction. Inside the other car were 50-year-old Alfredo Escaname Hernandez, 21-year-old Diego Ariano Robles, and 21-year-old Fernando Ariano. Alfredo and Diego died. Fernando is still fighting for his life at UNM Hospital. The family is now asking for justice.